There's a moment most people miss it, when the life they're living stops feeling like theirs. It's not because something went wrong, it's because something outgrew them. The apartment, the relationships, the version of themselves they've been performing, it all fits the same. Nothing's changed, okay? But something inside is pressing against the edges of who they've agreed to be, okay? And instead of following that pressure, most people manage it, distract from it, wait for it to pass, okay? It passes, and they stay exactly where they are. Here's what most people never learn. Your external reality isn't built from your choices, it's built from your identity, the unconscious architecture of who you believe yourself to be. What you tolerate, what you reach for, what you assume is meant for you. Reality organizes itself around that blueprint. It's not the one you claim on the surface, the one running underneath. Cognitive neuroscience calls this the self-concept consistency principle. The brain treats identity as protected information. It will distort evidence, filter perception, ment behavior automatically, invisibly, to preserve its internal model of who you are. You don't see the world and then respond. You respond, and then construct a world consistent with what you already believe. Which means the problem isn't your circumstances. The problem is the identity your circumstances are built around. The upgrade doesn't start with strategy. It doesn't start with habits, or discipline, or environment design. It starts with a specific kind of internal confrontation. It's a recognition that you have been operating from a self that was assembled under constraint, under a childhood, under a family system, under a set of conclusions drawn when you had the least information and the least power. That self was intelligent. It was adaptive. It helped you survive. But it was never meant to be permanent. Somewhere in you, you already know that. The architects of real transformation, not the kind sold in frameworks. The kind that's visible in someone's presence before it's visible in their life. They don't try to fix who they are. They audit the identity. They locate the places where the self-concept was written by someone else's fear, someone else's ceiling, someone else's need for them to stay small. And then they stop honoring it. Not dramatically, not with a declaration, quietly, through consistent behavior that belongs to the person they're becoming, not the person they've been. It's what makes reality shift, not the outer moves. It's the internal revision. When identity changes, what you notice changes. What you attract changes. What you tolerate changes. What you attempt changes. Reality doesn't bend, it reflects. And it reflects accurately. The version of you that walks into a room, what that version silently believes it deserves, what it expects to find. That belief shapes every interaction, every opportunity, every outcome, with a precision that looks like luck to everyone watching from outside. The question is never, what do I need to do differently? The question is, who would I have to stop being for my life to look the way I actually want it to look? Most people can't answer that, not because they don't know, because the answer requires a grief they haven't been willing to feel, the loss of the version of themselves that kept them safe, kept them understood, kept them familiar to the people they love. That version was real. It served a function. It hated. And it's over. The upgrade isn't addition. It's excavation. It's finding the identity you've been living inside and asking it, honestly, one question. Did I choose this, or did I inherit it? Or the answer to that question is where everything starts. Or the answer to that question is where everything starts.